Hello everyone, Galidorn back again.
Oh shit, super lifer.
Here playing Call of Dragons. Thank you for joining me on my journey through this game. I've decided to stick to the plan of not looking at any guides or reading up anything. I'm going to strictly go in here blind and act as if there is no internet. I know that's pretty funny since this is an internet game, it's an online game, but I am going to journey through and discover this game completely on my own. As you have seen in my last video, or if you didn't see my last video, I have left the Alliance that got attacked on my first day. I decided to go back out into the wilderness on my own.
There you go! Line it up! Come on! The torn, the hook, the dead and through!
I'm going to stay on my own. I'm not going to apply to any other alliances until I get my account built up, my heroes built up, my city built up. And I think I can do that because the game appears to be mostly alliance on alliance action, and you can hang out in the wilderness without anyone really bothering you. At least that's been my experience so far. So I'm out in the middle of the Forgotten Lands. As you can see here, there are alliances around me by these areas, these spans of control where people have their watchtowers spread out. Fairly close to this one, but I haven't really had anyone come over and look at me. Scouts pass by and whatnot, but I mean, you're going to see here when I look at my scouts, no one really will pay attention to me while I'm just out here hanging out on my own. So that's the plan for now. And if we go into my city, right now I'm at my Hall of Order. So it's your city hall, your city center, whatever. It's called the Hall of Order because I am part of the League of Order. It's basically the human faction. There's the Orc faction, not really what it's called. There's the Elven faction, not really sure what it's called. But I'm in the League of Order, so I have the Hall of Order, so it's my city hall. And then you have the College of Order, which is your research station. You do your research of all your economic paths and your military paths. So, like I said, I could have started on my upgrade to level 10. But I decided to take a balanced approach. Whenever I play a game like this, I take a balanced approach. A mistake a lot of people make when they start out playing these games is they want to smash right ahead and get their city leveled up as quickly as possible, and they don't really build the support around it, the base around it that they should, and then they get caught a lot of times having to go back and build up to it, and that can hurt you in the long run. So I've been working on my my resource providers here. Your standard gold, ore, lumber, the standard building materials for these games. Working on my defensive attributes of the city, which in this game, of course, is your wall. You always have your wall, and then you have your watchtower here. Right now, I'm building my watchtower. Like I said, I could have went ahead and started the city hall, but I wanted to get my watchtower up to. I won't take the level 9. After I finish building this, I will go for my city hall. Yeah, I'm continuing to get these notices, requests to join alliances. I get them just flashing up here. Plus, also from time to time, I'll get one. Okay, so I got one in here again. I declined that invitation. I'll delete that. Yeah, nothing personal to anyone who's inviting me. I'm sure you're not really paying attention, but it's just right now I want to make sure that the alliance I get in is stable, someone I can stay with for a long time. There was an alliance called Lava that I was very interested in. I was about to, I think, make an application to them, and then one day they just kind of disappeared. It was insane, actually. They seem to be one of the strongest alliances in the game, and then they were wiped out. Like, I was checking on them. It's okay, and then all of a sudden I checked on them, and they were pretty much gone. I'm not sure if they've rebuilt again or not, but however, I have been upgrading my unit building. So my Abbey is at level 7. The Abbey is where you make your Vestals. They're like your cleric mages, your ranged attack magic. Since I've upgraded, I've been promoting the level 1s that I already had. I'm not sure if that's the best way to go or not. but that's what I'm doing. I'd rather promote all the vessels that I already have. Same thing with the swordsmen, promoting them, the level 1s to the level 2s. Promoting my level 1 ballistas through artillery range. And I haven't achieved the second level up for the knights yet. Originally, you get workhorses. They just are used for getting your resources from the various mines that you find around your city. So I'm on the Knights 2. There is no way to upgrade the workhorses, as far as I can see, into a knight. But that's where I am in my researching. Anyone who's played this game are familiar with this. So I started off initially. I was in my economy tech. And in the various camps you find around at the beginning of the game in your exploration, you would come across the camps would offer you a research tech to choose. So I whenever I was coming across, I was choosing the military ones while researching the economic ones. And now I've reached a gatekeeper here at Mana Prospecting. You had to be level 10. So I got to bring my city up to level 10, and then I got to bring my college up to level 10 before I get this one. So now I've switched over and I'm going through and doing the military. As you can see here, there was my upgrades for the level 2s and getting the knights for my various units. I'm now focusing on doing the ranged part of the tree, as I've been using mostly the Vestals with my legions going. So they've been doing the heavy workload of fighting. So this is the branch that I'm going on right here, right now. And the reason why I have been using the Vestals is because my two main champions that I've been using are Walder, which is your starter. I mean, there's really no choice but you use this guy. And then I picked up Alvin, and they're both magic, so they excel at leading magic units. He excels at leading magic units, so that's why I have been focusing mostly on my Vestals, using them. My player power is getting pretty good. I'm approaching 500k player power, and I in my looking at members of alliances out there, that seems to be a fairly good power to have for someone who's basically hasn't been playing this game a week. So I'm hoping that'll progress up well. I'm pretty sure that I'll start to run into an area where the power doesn't creep up so well that you're being enticed to spend money in the game to get that power up there. But as for now, it's been getting up pretty well. Getting into understanding the questing system. So as you can see here, these are the main quests that pop up. And then you have your your daily and weeklies. So I wasn't really paying attention, but now I've reached a point in the game where I am paying attention more, doing things to get the dailies, make sure I get my chest here. Some things I can't do because I'm not part of an alliance. Donate technology to your alliance, so obviously I can't do that. And I'm not in any great hurry to get into an alliance to start doing these. This will come. Basically, this will come for the future. So there's no FOMO right now. There's a lot of interesting things going on in the game. We'll go back here. In through the events. Okay, so right there, you need to be an alliance as part of this event. I mean, I'm missing out on some stuff, but that's okay. There'll be more stuff in the future. Take the long-term view. So the main thing that I've been working on now is my exploration. These guys actually, I kind of made a mistake, and I got these guys returning. Usually they can go to their area when they explore a little area, they'll camp out. But somehow I got them to return. So
where the fuck are they going?
They returned almost all the way back to my city, but now I've got them going back in the area where I am currently exploring, which is Sophrostia. And this area here is the Elvish area. Where some of these areas are tied to the different factions. This one, Nivola, seemed to be the base of the orcs with Mount Dreadfang. Then you have this Phaenon, which is the wonder for the elves. Each region has a couple of these wonders. I do believe that Soland, where I started out,
So
is affiliated with the humans, and then the various other areas. Yeah. So right now I'm in Sophrostria. This area has been a little bit more challenging. It's been not as flat and not as easy to explore as some of the other regions I've come across. It took a while to pick around through these mountains and forests and stuff because there's various passes to go through, big rivers to cross, and this one seemed to be a bit more challenging. But I think I've got it sorted out now. As you can see here, I've sort of divided the area, and that's how I approached this. I got 2 scouts, so I like to divide up the areas between the 2 of them and systematically go through. I've been picking up all the resources that you can get, although I still have a lot to go here. All these resources you get from scouting. So you get your supplies, picking these up. And also going through the various camps, villages, always finding neat stuff here. Gems, always gems, always gems. Okay, this is the big limiter for free to play. This is the main currency of the game, and I'll make reference again to the game I used to play, Gods and Glory. They also had gems. It's almost the exact same thing. This will become the big limiter in the end game, so I have been taking gems whenever I can get them, even though it's a tiny amount. I've tried not to spend them. So the game will try to get you to squander these early on, because if you look at the shop, most of the deals, most of what they're going to push are the gems. And really that's the way it is with all the resources you're going to be getting, like say from these more gems that you're going to be getting from these camps and supplies. And of course this will all go away once you've explored the entire map. So while the exploration is fun and interesting, it's also a way to kind of lull you into this false sense of security of you're always going to be getting all these supplies and resources and stuff, but at some point it's going to run out, or if not run out sometime, it will become, the requirements will become so large that you'll be enticed into spending money on the game to get the resources. A way that helps you to avoid that is to make sure when you start out that you're very conscious of that, and you're in a conservation mode right from the get-go. I have this neat little thing, these treasure fragments in here. I do believe Gods of Glory had some kind of system as well. But anyway, yeah, you put together the map as you go through, and once you get it, it'll show you a spot on the map where you go to, and you get, again, more resources. So it's just another way of the game giving you all this free stuff in the beginning, and it gets you into the mindset of just spending it as if it's always going to be there. And the requirements for things are very small at the beginning. They're going to get very large as you get into the game. Now, I have noticed that there's a little bug in this game. As you can see here, as I'm collecting stuff, it's flashing up on the screen. And it makes it very easy to go through. Otherwise, you're going into your mail, right? Because it'll flash up in an open mail. And however, if I went and deleted this, delete all read, deleted this, this would go away, and then you'd have to go back into your scout camp, and then you can find all the things in here, supplies. But getting back to the bug that exists, that sometimes it will just take you to the behemoth layer, the nearest behemoth layer when you hit this. It's not happening right now, but it has happened to me various times through the gameplay. I'm not exactly sure what triggers it, and I can't seem to make it go away. Again, so you're getting all these things from collecting all these little packages, all these little supplies. So my plan is to basically bisect the area. That's how I've been doing it for all the other areas. I've been having it up between the 2 scouts, make myself an axis that I then designate one to go into one area, one to go into the other area. Okay, so that's been a big focus, is the exploration. Another big focus that I've had is the building of my champs, leveling them up. And I've been mainly doing that through the, well, the main way that you do it is through fighting these patrols. So I've been picking up on this because it also gets you the dark chest quest chain. So basically you fill up this meter every day, you get a couple of these dark keys from fighting these guys, and then you are able to open these dark chests, and you get various items out of it, you know, possibility for all these things, artifacts, legendary artifacts, but mostly you just get just your standard resources. Once you get the key, you got to go over and you got to fight these guys, send a couple of legions over and fight these guys. So I've been exploring the fight system with the legions, and you can multi-create. You can create one legion to go, or you can double up, create 2 legions. I'm not sure if you'll be able to create more legions as you go along. I'm assuming that you're going to be able to, as your city levels up, you'll be able to create more than 2 legions. And I've gotten into the system of the presets for your different legions. So once your heroes reach a certain level, it's level 20 and 2 stars, I believe, they can take a deputy along with them. So my main legion I've been using is Walder with Alwyn, my 2 top level champs. So they've been taking on the high level. I'll just show you. The highest level of these dark patrols now I've seen is 14. Here's one right here. So I'll create 1 legion with my main 2 guys. So with the legions, your leader, he goes out and he's got his pet with him. He's got his artifact with him. Now, Alwyn also has a pet and artifact, but all the deputy will bring with them are their skills. So if we go back into the heroes, as you can see, Walder actually he's actually recently gone from level 30 to 31. So in here, each time you get a level, you get to put up some of their stats. So I'm going right up the PvP tree with Walder. I'll give him some haste. I'll build up these 3 basic levels before I start moving up. So each champion will bring these skills, and the skills are tied to the star levels, and the star levels you attain through your power levels here. So once you reach level 30, you can get all 4 of the stars, and I do believe 4 stars is the highest you can take an epic, at least. It looks like it's the highest level you can take for any champion. And you have to really focus on a main few core champions first. Right now I could take him up in star level, and you do that each level, you know, whether you're the rare or they call it the elite in this game, which is the blue. So I'll just go with the color names. With the blue, the purple, or the gold, they have each of their own stars that you would you can auto select them. Now the good thing about this system is that if you go over the amount required for the star, it'll refund what you went over. I found that out because I made a mistake actually with Walder, and I put too much of the epic shards, or I should say the epic little star fragments into him, but then I got it refunded. So at first I thought I'd made a major mistake with that, but then I got it refunded. Each hero will bring the skills that they have attained with them into battle. However, only the leader of the legion will bring the talents, because the talents apply to the legions. And only the leader will bring their pet with them. Walder's pet is a sand lizard, and this is pretty cool. You can go around, you can capture these creatures. You have the option to attack them or capture them, and if you have enough space and if you have enough warrants, I'll go into the pet enclosure, pet sanctuary. I've got the maximum amount of pets that I can have right now. There's still a slot here, and I think that's the maximum you can get. Maybe again, once your city builds up, you get more of these, but to unlock them, you need this little key here, enclosure expansion. So yeah, so it's something to take along with you for a bit of extra damage, a bit of extra support. This is the main one I've been using because it's well used. You go in and you clean up this area. They'll drop like right here. This is not supposed to be here, and you get these little heart tokens. And as you build up these heart tokens, you go in these gifts. You can draw from them. And you get various things, but one of the things you can get is the these treats that you can give them that power them up, that give them more of this this affection level. As they go up in the affection level, it makes the performance better. So having said all that, I've been fighting the level 14s. They're the highest ones I've found so far. I'm assuming that they'll get higher because they have been getting higher as my champs are getting better as my city level goes up. So once I put my city up to level 10, I'm pretty sure I'll start to see level 15s and 16s. All right, we'll create the one legion. Again, I was talking about the presets, which is pretty cool. This is the main one I've been using. Right now, they can pretty much take down the highest level ones, no problem. As you can see here, Walter's got this book. This artifact. It's basically a fireball. Once they pull up and stop moving, it's an AoE. I found out you can miss them if you put it off in the wrong spot. So there it goes. And if you zoom in, we see Alwyn's with him. Alwyn can use his abilities, which is cool because if you get a healer, like one I recently picked up, she is my first healer. So I've been trying to get her into some fights to bring her up as well, because she was my first healer support. And to bring along as either a leader or a deputy will be obviously crucial the later I go on. The thing, though, that I have come to realize is that I noticed that there weren't a lot of champions actually available. Actually, I think I've got pretty much all the epics already. There's only 2 left. And so my initial thought that this was something akin to Raid or Watcher of Realms is not correct. I think in this game you eventually get all these champions. Just like in Gods and Glory with they weren't called heroes, they were called generals. Eventually you got them all. I think in this game it's the same thing. Whereas in those other games, those other hero collector games, you could go forever and not get certain champions that you really want. The good champions could elude you forever playing in the game. But here, because of the limited amount of champions, also because of the way that you get them in the tavern through these chests, and you say you're guaranteed epic or legendary for every 10 draws, with such a limited pool of champions. I'll draw 10 here, just put them on. Eventually you're going to get them all. Because as you can see here, these are champions I already got, so normally I would have pulled them, but instead of pulling them, I got these 10 shards that you can use them for their skills. So I believe that eventually I will get all the champions, which led me to make a mistake in the campaign. They've got one of these campaigns that all these games do have. In the store, I was spending the coins you get through doing the missions in here. I was spending them on this Indus token because I kind of thought it was the same as one of the other games. It's a legendary. I gotta start picking up my shards to get the legendary. But now that I realize eventually that I probably will get her at some point, I regret buying the tokens. They're quite expensive, and I regret buying the tokens. I should have been buying the Walder tokens. So now I've switched over and I'm buying the Walder tokens. And what's needed here, you also get the skill up points. So you can use these for leveling up your champs. So that's good in the campaign. So, as you can see with all the resource nodes around here, Chachka is still there. Chachka. I've been using him as my main resource gatherer. So I'll just send him out. There he is. Got him on preset.
An army marches on its stomach.
So he's been my main resource gatherer. Whenever I'm down on the command power, they call it CP, which is basically like energy or whatever another game is. Once this meter, you need a certain amount of points to go fight. And once the meter is depleted, then you can't go fight anymore. So once the meter gets kind of low, I've been sending him and another champion to basically sit on the resource nodes. Now you can replenish it using these basic recovery pouches. And the only way I've found so far to get these is through the store. Now there's 2 levels to the store. There's the gem market part of it, which I have not used at all. Again, like I said, I'm conserving my gems greatly because I know how important they'll be later on, and I know how few of them I'll actually get in comparison to some of the things that you need. For instance, if I was to get a 30-day, it's 40,000 gems. I won't get through 40,000 gems. And the second level to the store is this honor. So you go up in honor levels, you can buy them, of course, but each day you get a reset and you can go in and buy your honor points. And then as you get the different levels, you go into the stores. What's good here is at the very first level, which I've attained, each day at reset, you can get your basic CP recovery. So I buy this full out every day. I let that build up. Again, I'm being judicious in the way I use it, conserving right from the start. I have finished building my watchtower, and with the watchtower, the main thing that you have to watch with this is these arrows that you get. Now you can get them from the Darkling patrols. You can pick them up from various from the camps. Sometimes they're kind of rare to get. So whenever I see one in a camp, see if we can go find a camp or a village. Sometimes you might get them out of a supply kit. Very rare though. So you go in these villages, camps. There's always a little story with them, and there's a sort of a lore going along with it, an overall story of the world that you kind of follow along with. I'll get into it at a later time. I won't get into it right now. It's kind of complex. So I'll just click on that. That's a good one. I got actually an epic token. Wish I could have got some of the arrows though. And yeah, you get to go in and look at these little tales and stuff in the anecdotes. There's also letters, things like that. These anecdotes are cool because, again, as you saw, I got the gems. So that's all good with following on with my explorations. So my next build now, I think I am, because all my major buildings are at level 9, I think I am going to upgrade the town to level 10. Now, 20 hours, okay? So once it gets beyond this, it'll start getting into days, and eventually when you get up into the much higher levels, it'll be like weeks to build your town up. Of course, you can always do it instantly with gems. Like I said, the gems are the main thing here. You'll be trading gems for time. And just to go from level 9 to level 10 would take almost half my gems. And everything else you can do also instantly. And this will only go up exponentially. And along with that, you'll also use the speed ups. I'll hit the upgrade. So along with the gems, again, the speed ups are probably the second most valued thing in this game. See, you have 30-day speed ups, 7-day speed ups. So I have not been spending a lot of speed ups. I've been spending it here and there, trying to hold them out for later on when I really need them in the game. All right, so that's my focus as of right now. Like I said, not too interesting at this point. Things will get way more interesting once I join an alliance and you start doing rallies, which basically they're raids. You know, they call them rallies in this game, but they're raids. And so you can raid other alliances. You can raid the behemoths. You can raid various other challenges that go on. So that really is the core of the gameplay is the stuff you can participate in with your alliance. However, I will be doing that in the future, but for me right now, it's best just to stay off on my own, continue to build, rank up my champions, and then once I get a certain level of power, once I feel good about what I'm doing in the game, then I'm going to start looking actively for an alliance. So then I can start getting into the truly interesting part of the gameplay. I'm going to be patient with it. As always, you know, casual free to play, you have to have great patience in these games. Once you start becoming impatient, either you're going to quit or you're going to start spending money. So for anyone who's watching, who's played the game, I hope it didn't bore you too much, because you know all this stuff. You know the things that I don't know. But it's my intent to go through as a new player, without any guidance or whatnot, exploring as I go, finding interesting things, sharing my journey, and then as I progress from the newbie player up to a more experienced player to a valued alliance member, and then as a more competent player, playing endgame content. I hope that it interests you as we go through that progression in my story. So I hope you enjoyed being on this path with me so far in the game. Take care. I hope you're having a good day, a good week, and everything's going well for you. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.
Guide me toward the light.